Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news, all right. Bills fans, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be a game changer for the entire AFC East, and more specifically, for the Buffalo Bills. Rumors are swirling around the league about a blockbuster trade that could dramatically reshape the landscape of the NFL, especially in terms of pass rush and defensive dominance. We're talking about Max Crosby, the relentless edge rusher from the Las Vegas Raiders, potentially finding his new home in Buffalo. And trust me, this isn't just some rumor. There's serious buzz that this could happen, and the implications are huge. Now, to give you a full picture, this trade is being discussed as a swap that would send Crosby to the Bills in exchange for a first-round pick in 2027 and a third-round pick in 2026. That's right, a future first-rounder, which shows how highly Crosby is valued across the league. The Raiders, who finished 7-10 in a transitional 2025 season, are looking to move assets and focus on their cap space, especially with a rookie quarterback on the horizon. They're prioritizing rebuilding their offensive line and weapons at wide receiver, so trading Crosby makes strategic sense for them, especially since they're looking to clear around $16 million in cap space. And what does this mean for the Bills? Well, it's huge. Crosby, at just 27 years old, is one of the most explosive and consistent pass rushers in the league. In 2025, he played all 17 games, racking up 5 sacks, which is absolutely elite. He also recorded 68 tackles, with 42 of those being solo, and earned an impressive overall PFF grade of 89.5. His pass rush grade alone was a staggering 91.0, and he has a knack for creating pressure. 85 pressures in total, including 16 tackles for loss and 5 forced fumbles. That's the kind of disruptive force that can turn games around. And importantly, Crosby has been remarkably durable, missing no games in 2025, which is critical for a team looking to bolster its front seven for a deep playoff run. What makes this move even more intriguing is how it mirrors past trades like Khalil Mack heading to the Chargers in 2022, which resulted in over 120 pressures that season. Crosby, with his relentless motor and ability to control games, could be the missing piece for the Bills' defense. The Bills' pass rush, which saw a dip last season partly due to Von Miller's Achilles injury, could get a significant boost. Miller, who's been a cornerstone for the Bills' pass rush, is expected to miss the rest of 2025, so adding Crosby would help fill that void. His presence would likely increase the Bills' sack total by at least 13, giving opposing quarterbacks less time and space. And that's huge in the NFL today, especially with mobile quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes and others. From an analytical standpoint, Crosby's stats are eye-opening. In 2025, he maintained a perfection streak in avoiding injuries, which is vital for a team looking to stay healthy deep into the playoffs. His EPA, expected points added per sack, was 39, showing how efficiently he disrupts plays. His pressure rate of 85 pressures in 17 games demonstrates his relentless pursuit of the quarterback. Plus, his ability to generate turnovers, 5 forced fumbles last season, fits perfectly into the Bills' defensive identity, which has been built on creating chaos and turnovers. Let's talk about the impact on the Bills' overall defense. The front seven, with Crosby added, would transform into one of the league's most feared units. It's no secret that Buffalo's defense has been solid but not quite elite, particularly against the run and in getting to the quarterback consistently. Adding Crosby would elevate that unit, especially as Von Miller recovers from his injury. It would also help reduce the yards allowed per pass attempt, which last season hovered around 215 yards, down to approximately 175 yards per game. That's a significant improvement that would make life miserable for opposing offenses. And for the offense, well, a stronger defense means more opportunities for Josh Allen and the Bills' offense to get the ball back quickly, setting up scoring drives in short field positions. This kind of defensive upgrade often translates directly into points, and it could mean an increase of at least 2 more touchdowns per game. Buffalo's offense has been potent, But when the defense is creating more turnovers and pressure, it elevates the entire team's performance. It's a recipe for sustained success, especially in the postseason, where every possession counts. Now, considering the broader playoff picture, acquiring Crosby could be a pivotal move in cementing Buffalo's status as a Super Bowl contender. The odds for Buffalo to win it all have already been competitive, but adding a player of Crosby's caliber could push those odds even further. Some betting odds have been around +3-0 for the Bills to win the Super Bowl, but with Crosby in the fold, those odds could drop significantly, potentially to +1-200 or even better, reflecting the increased confidence in Buffalo's Super Bowl chances. His ability to disrupt playoff-caliber quarterbacks and turn the tide in close games could be the difference-maker in a tight AFC Championship rematch or a deep postseason run. Looking at the AFC as a whole, this move would send ripples across the conference. The Bills, already considered one of the top defenses, would now boast a pass rush that rivals some of the best in recent memory. Think about how players like Nick Bosa or Micah Parsons have transformed their team's defenses. Adding Crosby would elevate Buffalo to that upper echelon. It's not just about individual stats. It's about the pressure he can generate on third down, forcing turnovers and setting the tone early in games. That kind of influence is priceless, especially in high-stakes playoff games where every sack and forced fumble matters. Of course, no trade comes without questions. Will the Raiders truly move Crosby? Can Buffalo fit him under the cap? How will he adapt to the Bills' defensive scheme? All valid concerns, but given Crosby's proven track record and the Bills' recent focus on building a dominant defense, it feels like a perfect storm. The Bills have shown they're willing to make aggressive moves to contend, and this would be one of the boldest yet. Plus, with the team's commitment to a fierce pass rush, adding Crosby would be a statement that the Bills are all in on reclaiming their spot at the very top of the NFL. As fans, we're used to excitement, but this kind of move would take the Bills' roster to a whole new level. Imagine the front seven with Ed Oliver, Daquan Jones, and now Crosby wreaking havoc on opposing quarterbacks. The secondary would benefit from the pressure, making life even tougher for receivers. And let's not forget, if Von Miller makes a full recovery, these guys could form one of the most lethal pass-rushing duos or even a trio, given the depth and talent they're assembling. In conclusion, the potential acquisition of Max Crosby by the Bills isn't just a rumor. It's a statement of intent. It signals that Buffalo is serious about competing not just for division titles, but for Super Bowls. It's about dominance, about rewriting the narrative, and about giving our team every possible advantage to bring home that elusive championship. If this trade goes through, expect the AFC East and the entire AFC to be on notice. The Bills are gearing up for something special, and Crosby could be the final piece that pushes them over the edge, transforming their defense into a legendary unit that opponents will fear for years to come. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Buffalo Bills news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster move? Are you excited about adding Crosby? Do you think it's the final piece the Bills need to finally bring home that Super Bowl? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bills. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Buffalo Bills news. This is a time for excitement, for hope, and for believing that the Bills can once again become champions. Let's go, Buffalo!